The truth about Diablo 4's itemization. If you didn't know, Blizzard has announced that basically what's going to happen is that everybody who buys Diablo 4, in order to get every 10 levels, you have to buy a level of the battle pass. It's like $35, I think, minimum. So if you're level 40, or let's do level 100, right? That's $350. What? No, I'm just kidding. I'm literally joking. There's a lot of people, you guys actually think I'm being serious. I'm not. I just made that up. All right, here we go. Let's watch it.
Okay, this is easily one of the more controversial debate topics about Diablo 4 underneath our comment section so far. Even more than the infamous Battle Pass being implemented, which Blizzard is adding on.
It's just not a big deal at all. People getting mad about a Battle Pass, please, okay? Just wait till you get a time machine. Go back to 2005. That's the only place that's not going to have them.
Top of a $70 game? Something that's so core and crucial to every single game, and it seems that every single time someone talks about the system, they either love it or they hate it. Before we dive too deep into this topic, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to stick around until the end of the video to see how you can earn a free copy of Diablo 4 from the Comeback Kids. Back in the classic era of RPGs, people truly enjoyed the game and experience either by themselves or with a group of friends more than anything.
Yeah.
A magical time and place with limited knowledge bases, mindsets, and really the most fresh experience of gaming you could possibly have. A time before the internet made any question you had a simple answer by looking it up with a couple taps of your fingertips. It seems
you had to ask your brother, your friend's older brother, and he would tell you the wrong thing on purpose so they could laugh at you and just, make fun of you.
Like nowadays, people are always looking to compete with their peers at the highest levels.
Exactly.
By either doing the top damage, running dungeons.
Yeah, like anytime like a new PoE season comes out, I'm like, I'll go to Zizerain's chat and I'll be like, so what's the best build? I want to be able to kill everything, and I don't want to die, and I want it to be good for bossing, and I need it to be cheap. So like, what's the best build?
Fastest, finding the #1 builds, and really just having a more competitive nature involved in playing the game for the most part, more than anything. And with Diablo 4 coming out soon, achieving best in slot is going to be incredibly important if you want to do the hardest content. Nightmare dungeons, world bosses, open world events, all of that to achieve the most unique and best equipment in the game. Now, what makes this so controversial? Well, it's how you actually get this gear that is best in slot. Diablo 4 is going to have a personal loot system, which means loot is going to be generated separately per player, similar to previous Diablo titles.
That makes sense.
Now, like most games, there is a loot rarity system ranging from normal and magical items, going all the way up to legendary and unique items.
Wow.
Every single player that's not the casual player is going to be asking, what's the best in slot gear? And how in the world do I get it?
How much
To understand how to get your best in slot, you need to
money.
understand how this new item rarity system will work in Diablo 4.
Okay.
A massive change is going to be the fact that when you acquire a legendary item, you can strip it completely of its legendary aspect or legendary effect at what is called the Oculus. If you do this, it will destroy the legendary entirely and will allow you to place it on any other legendary or rare item of your choosing.
Which, this is good. This is a 100% good.
Turning that rare into a legendary.
Yeah, that's great.
Now, why this is so important is because rare items and legendary items have a different number of affixes on them. Legendary items contain 5 affix roll slots, or stat bonuses if you played other games. Legendary items contain 5 affix roll slots, but one of those slots automatically has to be taken up by the legendary roll aspect. So they contain 4 affix rolls and 1 aspect slot. On rare items, however, you can have a total of 5 rolls on top of having a legendary roll aspect. So
okay, that's what I thought. Because this is how PoE is as well. Is that you can have rare items like fucking 9 things on them.
Let's say you have a rare item with 5 affix rolls on it. You can take a very powerful legendary aspect of your choice, slap it into your rare item, and now it will have 5 affix rolls and that legendary aspect as well.
I think I like this. I don't know. I'm going to have to play it, but I kind of like the idea that the meta is going to be, like, you can get your rare items, or you can get your legendary items pretty early, but the real game is getting the rare items with the right rolls on them.
Which you cannot do on a legendary item.
That's huge.
So this means that rare items are going to be some of the most sought after items in the game.
Absolutely.
And are 100% going to be part of your best in slot
and
items.
hopefully are tradable.
Don't forget that you can also trade rare items as well, which makes this a massive game changer also. Now,
well, fuck yeah. Yeah, that's what's going to be worth a lot of money. Nobody gives a fuck about a legendary. They can just farm that on their own. Holy shit.
Now, this way of achieving best in slot has really
big.
split the community into a little bit of a controversy. On one hand, you have people who are for the system, which they believe it
Who
allows...
the fuck is going to complain about this is perfect?
For hardcore players to min-max a lot further, rather than just chucking a best-in-slot legendary on.
Exactly.
That the system is a lot similar to Diablo 2 with it being close to Rune Wards, which you'll be taking a legendary aspect and putting it on top of a best-in-slot base. It allows for a lot more build diversity, which is always a good thing for the game's overall health. And they also love that Diablo 4 is taking inspiration from games like Path of Exile, which is honestly a fantastic thing, seeing how beloved the franchise actually is.
True.
And there's also more content in that you have to grind out rares as well as legendary aspects also.
Yeah, you're going for that 5 affix item.
The controversy is that some people are all...
You want to have, like, main stats, fucking critical strike chance, critical strike damage, attack speed, and a socket.
For this system, because it almost feels similar to how the rune system was in Diablo 2. But instead of you farming a specific rune, they're just replaced with high-roll legendary aspects. And they believe also that there will be way more excitement because any rare that you find can be a massive upgrade with implementing a solid legendary aspect into it.
People used to sell, this is like, I think they still do this in PoE, that they'll sell unidentifieds, but like they would sell unidentified level 63 rares, and like 63 was the highest in like vanilla D3. They would sell them and people would buy them on stream. Like I don't think Riparian ever did this shit, but like other people did. And they would ID them, and it was actually the best content. It was gambling before gambling.
And that one-dimensional farming is very boring and is incredibly outdated in a game in today's age. Now, the people that are against it think it's a lot more difficult for a casual player base because
it's the opposite, because it's going to allow them to... It means that the legendary items will probably not be that hard to get. So you will be able to get your functional... Like, you'll be able to get your 4-piece or your 6-piece Talrasha or fucking Bolcathos set. You can get that very early, probably, with this type of a system. But the difficulty is getting the 5 affix items. So I actually think this is better for casual players rather than making legendaries. Because you guys remember back in like PoE, right? Like Mageblood, Headhunter, Aegis Aurora, fucking, I'm trying to think of some other, Nimis. I think Nimis is rare. I don't know. Actually, I haven't played the new league for it. Diadem. Yeah, Diadem. There are many of these items that are like super rare. And then also go to Diablo 3, Andario's Visage, Echoing Fury, things like that. Those items were worth so much fucking money, and if you couldn't afford that, you were just so much lower, and you were missing out like a crucial type of functionality. And this is especially true with set items. Then it became even more true in Reaper of Souls. So absolutely, I think this is better for casuals.
Isn't as simple as chasing a set loot drop. That there's even more farming than there needs to be with more...
Farming legendaries and rares, too much RNG. No, bro, like, if you think it's too much RNG, stop playing. You should not be able to get best in slot in an ARPG. You should be able to get 99% best in slot, but you should never hit 100%. I think.
Room for RNG. That the rare item has no real personality or character and it just feels quite stale.
Rare items are much blander than a legendary. Yeah, you fucking idiot. That sounds like somebody who's never gotten a good rare item. Shut the fuck up. You're so dumb. You're a fucking idiot. Because think about it like this. So you get a rare item, and you get, like, think about it like
and
this.
The main point of legendaries in the end game.
Okay, so rares. Fuck. All right. Okay. Shit. Okay. So there are 2 slot machines. Okay. This is what it's like rolling a legendary, or sorry, a rare with amazing affixes. 1 7, 2 7s, 3 7s, 4 7s, 5 7s in a row. Here's what it's like rolling a legendary. 1 7, 2 7s. Wow. How much better it feels to hit 7 7 7 7 7 rather than 7 7. If you hit, like, how many of you guys have ID'd a rare item in PoE that had a like tailwind on it, for example? Like it had a fucking what's it called, Alhazman or whatever the fuck his name is. It had like tailwind on it, or it had like max all res on shield or something like that, and you hit one and it was like, oh my fucking god, I got it. How many times do you feel that way about a legendary? Maybe once every season that you get one good legendary. It's not that exciting. Rares are actually more exciting than legendaries.
Just wear it until you find a really good rare and then extract its aspect. The people that are against this system believe that best in slot is not being something that you chase and grind for. It's rather than just...
Bro, the people that say legendaries don't feel legendary, if they actually made them feel legendary, they'd be crying on the forums about it. Like, oh, you have to beat Diablo at level 95 and he's super hard. I can't do it. My build won't work. Yeah, they'd be crying about it. Fuck out of here.
Rolled on with RNG. And that it's incredibly tedious. The fact that you have to pick up every single rare you see and hope for that 5 affix.
That is a very good point. I agree with him on this. Having to pick up every rare you see is fucking annoying.
Slot RNG god piece, and that it's going to be incredibly tedious even more when you're...
Now, what they did in PoE, sorry, not in PoE, in Diablo 3, which I actually think is a good way of doing it, is you are able to, like whenever you do a rift or you complete something, you get a currency and it allows you to roll a bunch of rares rather than looting the rares from the ground. Where it's like you can loot the rares from the ground, but the majority of your rolls are going to be through a vendor that sells you like RNG items. Gamba. Yeah, it's gambling. Like Diablo 2 had this even.
Searching for that best in slot piece when you only have a couple pieces left to get. Now listen, both sides bring up some very compelling arguments. I'm not going to lie, but...
No, the other side's totally wrong. They don't have any idea what they're talking about. Except for that one point.
No, there's always going to be the case in anything you do that if a system isn't broken, why fix it? Or better yet, in this case, why...
Because it is fucking broken. That's why Diablo 3's dead.
Reinvent it. You know, with the whole looking for heavy inspiration for what's been a major success of the past with Diablo 2's rune system, as well as having a very heavy inspiration from Path of Exile, you know, I don't think it's such a bad thing that the game should cater to the more hardcore player base, because at the end of the day, those are the players who are going to stick around and use...
It's not catering to them. That's the thing. Is the casual Andes will see they got, oh wow, I got a legendary. I got Tyrael's Might. Holy fuck. That's all they're gonna think. Because it's got the orange and it's like set leggings. It's like, what the fuck? Well, I guess set would be green, but you know what I mean.
All these systems for the longevity of the game. I think it's overall healthier for the game to cater to the long-term dedicated fans. But then there's also this side of me in the back of my head that what if Blizzard, they somehow met in the middle with allowing for there to be a crafting system with its own endgame currency that allows you to re-roll maybe an affix or two on a specific rare item. So then it's not really so heavily RNG based. But
re-rolling an affix on a rare item, I think that they should probably think about that inside of a season. But I think that they should re-roll affixes in the same way that you re-roll affixes with like not even an exalt. I think that you should be able to re-roll with like kind of like how a veiled chaos orb works. Maybe like where like you can re-roll it, but you can re-roll it to like one of 3 things and you get to pick one of them. But there's like a pool of like 30 things or like 50 things it can be. Maybe that would be better. Or maybe you could just buy them for $10 on the store. The reroll items.
Something that would scare me about that with Blizzard Entertainment would be with them doing systems with currency locked behind RNG, because I'm not going to lie, that would be a very great way for them to capitalize and make money off of something like that.
Undecember does that. I mean, they have some pay to win like that. It's basically like PoE, but the pay to win is in the store rather than on a third-party website. Yeah, and actually, to be fair, that game was pretty fun. So I can see why it's okay, but at the same time, like, nobody wants pay to win in a fucking game. Nobody wants it. It's not going to be pay to win. I don't want to hear. I don't have any more conversations about Diablo 4 being pay to win. It's not going to be pay to win. Fucking stop it.
And then it would immediately turn into pay to win scenario. You know, maybe they would implement something where you drink a potion, which if you drink it, it would increase the rate at which you get this currency, or you would just flat out get it for free behind something like their battle pass. And
maybe you just have the best item on the store and you pay $20 and it just gives you the best item. Here's what an interesting middle ground could be. An ancient version of legendary items that have like artifact level quality that have 5 affixes. But the 5 affixes are fixed. Kind of like super legendaries. And if you don't like that, why? Because effectively that's what a rare with 5 good affixes is. That's effectively what a PoE Headhunter or Mageblood is. It's a primal legendary. So yeah, unique legendaries. What do you mean? Sorry, I'm confused. Why not have super legendaries be legendaries and have shit legendaries not be legendaries? Because legendary items have affixes on them. This has been the way that ARPGs have worked for the last, like, 10 years. They're not going to reinvent this wheel. That's just how it is. Like a fixed unique tier, but legendary? Well, it would be like a second roll for a legendary. Does that make sense? So, like, you would have a roll for the legendary to occur, and then you would have a second roll for the legendary to drop as, like, ancient level, with, like, a 5th affix. And that's to be not meta-defining? Why? No, thank you. But how is that? But I don't understand how people can be against that and for rare items. Because it's functionally the same system. Yeah, I don't like Titan Forging. Yes, and I support Titan Forging in an ARPG. Because it's a different type of game. It's the same as, like, you know, in like a battle royale, you know, like, I don't play hardcore World of Warcraft, but I play hardcore Fortnite, because whenever I get killed in Fortnite, I have to restart the game. It's just, it's a different type of game.
That would turn a lot of things sour. I mean, they could also just lock it behind gold, and you could re-roll these affixes for a flat amount of gold, but then there would be a lot of gold dumps. And
please, no.
Maybe the player base wouldn't have a lot of money. So honestly, I'm very interested to see how these system turns out in the next couple months and see what Blizzard decides to do. So what side are you on? Are you for the system? Or are you against it? Let us know in the comment section below as we answer every single comment. Now listen, I think we have some real magic with Diablo 4, and either way, no matter what, I think at the end of the day, the majority is going to be super happy with this game. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to see more, please don't forget to consider subscribing. And back to that giveaway.
Isn't it crazy how, like, this dude had 96% not subscribed, but Narc had 80% subscribed? That's what happens whenever you cover topics that are interesting to a wide audience.
Comeback Kids are doing a giveaway for a free copy of Diablo 4, so if you all are interested, please visit the link in the description below to find out more details on how to win that. That's going to be all from me, ladies and gentlemen. Until the very end, my name's Sky from the Comeback Kids. I'll see you all in the next one.
I think this is a pretty good video. Am I watching Dr. Disrespect now? Yeah, for real. I guess that's exactly what I was thinking, man. I don't know, guys. Like, I really hope they go with this system. I think that this is a smart way of doing the trading in Diablo 3 or Diablo 4, excuse me, and I do really hope it happens. Did you agree on one item purchasable in store is so strong? Guys, I don't know. Can we please stop talking about hypothetical store items in Diablo 4 that you're going to equip onto your character and it's going to fucking like make you do more damage? They're not going to do that. It's not going to happen. Just fucking stop it. And whenever it does happen, you guys can clip all of this and just mauled about it, and it is what it is, okay? Yeah, there's no pay to win. Let's talk about once it's out. Yeah, exactly. And play the game and stop paying for pixels. Yes, I think that the rare system that they're doing is actually really good and really smart. I also think that they should do a lot of what's called A/B testing, and that's try something, and if it sucks dick, get rid of it. But, you know, people say they want something. All right, let's see how it is. Oh, it sucks. Okay, well, we're done. We're not going to do that again. It's bad. What about equipable item treasure goblin sack where you can put all your premium currency in it and it makes it show above your head? Oh, so it's like, you know, somebody can have like 50,000 of like the platinum coins and they can have like a really big sack on their back. I don't know. I think that'd kind of be funny. But I would just prefer... Why can't we just play Diablo? Can we just fucking play Diablo and like maybe there's like a skin in the store you can buy? Like, can we just play the fucking game? Just imagine that. I never played this type of game with seasons. How does it work? Seasons are basically like... It's like playing an expansion of like World of Warcraft. Maybe you don't play that either. But the expansion, all of the content is out at the beginning, and it only lasts for 3 months. And it's like, how far can you get in that season? And that's kind of the way that it works. Seasons are how they sell you multiple battle passes per year. Yeah, and I like seasons in ARPGs. I'm excited for the new PoE season. I'm going to play a new build. It's going to be fucking fun. I know you guys hate watching PoE. Too bad. I'm playing it anyway. It's going to be exciting. I'm very excited. Will I play something today? Oh, I played Bleak Faith for like 3 hours, man. No more Righteous Fire. I'm done with Righteous Fire. Like, I want something that's even stupider than that. Like, I want something that's just totally fucking broken, overpowered. We're not playing totems. We're not... Death's Oath is just... Bro, the people that play Death's Oath are hipsters. Because they think that it's the same as Righteous Fire. It's the same fucking thing. But they're like, oh, no, I play a different... I don't play that. No, I do chaos scaling. That's totally... It's the same fucking thing. It's the exact same thing. I already have the idea of what I'm going to play. I'll wait till release, or maybe a day or two before then. Play some Cock. I played Cock once. I had a... my first Headhunter I got on a... If you can imagine this, cast on crit Ice Nova. Pretty new idea. Nobody does that. And I did one of those, and I got a Headhunter on it. And I got like the, you know, like the thing that like would do time dilation on you, and it would make it to where you could keep the buffs for like the entire map. Well, I did that, and I did it for like a day, and then I quit the game. Because my only goal in the game was to get Headhunter. And so after I got Headhunter, well, I beat the game. Who cares? So I never even really played with it. Like, I farmed. I remember I would wake up early before my stream, and I would farm. And this was in, like, Harbinger League. So, like, we're talking, like, 5-6 years ago. I would farm for Calm's Heart every morning for an hour before my stream. 2 hours. One day I woke up in the morning and I bought it. And I never logged on again after the day that I bought it. Because I already got it. I mean, I beat the game. That's it. I'm done. I don't think I even played with it. You'll like Last Epoch? Yeah, I'm going to play that too. Either way, going off on a tangent with Diablo 4, I think the game's going to be great. I'm really excited. It seems like the guys that are working on the game really know what the fuck they're doing. And this is a pretty good video too. I'm going to give it a like and a sub. I think this is actually pretty well put together. Com's Heart build complete. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Glad Headhunter got nerfed then. Mage Blood time. I have never gotten to Mage Blood. Maybe one day, maybe this league I'll get one. You sure we can even play on Friday? Yeah, I'll play it. What are my thoughts on Throne? I'm going to go to bed. It's like 6 a.m. I stayed up pretty late because I had a very busy day. I recorded my podcast. Episode 6 is done. And on top of that, after that, we had dinner with Twitch. I was talking to the president of Twitch. We were talking about AI. And he's like, yeah, I don't know if people would ever really want to support like an AI, you know, because they know it's like AI. I straight up got out my phone and I showed him that cosplayer with an OnlyFans that's an AI. I was like, look at this shit. You thought? Nope. It's happening already. He said he'd come on my stream. So I'll have to come up with some questions, and you guys can think of some. And so, yeah, it'll happen. We're fucking doomed. Yeah, exactly. And, yeah, Neurosama's based. Absolutely, man. The Ludwig of Twitch? Well, I don't know about that. But, I remember my dad... He was like asking me, he's like, who's that guy? He's like, he looks kind of like XQC, but he has like much fuller hair. And I'm like, Ludwig? He's like, yeah, that's who it is. Yeah, that's him. And like apparently Ludwig said something that like my dad was like trying to, you know, give his 2 cents on or something like that. Yeah, 60-40 pay split stuff. Yep. We'll see what happens. Paragraph Andy? Yeah, clearly. Did you see Bleak Faith copying Elden Ring? Yeah, like 50 times. I don't care. I only care if the game's bad. I don't give a shit that they copied this game. It's not my game. Who cares? I mean, there's a lot of things from Dark Souls that are... I mean, look at Nosferatu Zod, then go and look at the Taurus Demon. It's the same thing. The Capra Demon was also one of the minor demons during the eclipse. I don't give a shit if people copy things. That's between them and From Software. I just care if the game is good. If the game is good, then I'm happy. I don't think it's a dev pack either. I think that either it was, somebody fucking stole it. You don't get frame for frame copies with just a random dev pack. From Software doesn't use Unreal. They have a proprietary engine that they run the game out of. So whenever I hear, oh, well, you know, we just got it on the Epic Store, so it might have been the same thing. That's why it wasn't on the Epic Store to begin with from Software. Yeah, they make their own assets. It's just bullshit. Now, somebody could have copied it from Elden Ring and then put it on the store, and it actually wasn't the Bleak Faith devs acting in bad faith. I don't know. And I don't give a fuck. It's funny to look at and laugh at, sure. The only reason why I was mad that the devs stole the animation is because it was a shit character. You're taking a game that has like fucking iframes, way higher performance, way better stamina system, and way better rolling, and you're putting an NPC as the tutorial NPC that has a whirlwind ability that is very hard to dodge. That's why it was bad. It wasn't bad because they stole it from Elden Ring. It's bad because they stole it and then they put it in their game, and it doesn't make any fucking sense in their game. Because that's not the way their game works. Their game is like Dark Souls 1. Steal Capra Demon. Steal the Taurus Demon or something like that. Don't fucking go and steal some Elden Ring NPC that's all hopped up on Mountain Dew and he has a 9 attack combo before you can finally hit him. Balance based on iframe, and it's not using iframe. Yes. That's why I was mad.